Hello students, hello subscribers. Hope you're having a great day today. We are going to dive a little bit deeper into investing and what are the best investments that I can make for me, right? Because in the previous video where I was going over, where I was defining investing and how I said the best investment or the first investment that you should make is in yourself, we're going to really open that up even more. Like, okay, how do I actually invest in myself? What things should I buy for me to accomplish that, right? So, and then this video is an effort to also bring the parents into this equation as well, as a way to really improve household relationships, that sons and daughters have with their moms and dads, right? Really connecting on a deeper level, because that is something that tends to drift away as we get a little older. In our teenage and adult years, it begins to dwindle just because of life, and when people are struggling financially and don't understand the way out. So this will be an effort to really hopefully accomplish that as well. So let's dive into what are the best investments that I can make in myself. And to answer that, you got to understand who you are, right? And what you are. So the way I define that, right, is that you are a spirit being, right? Whether you access it or not, it's there, right? It's something you cannot see, touch, feel. You can't measure it. You can't weigh it, right? It's inside of you, okay? Which is your spirit. The spirit, right, controls your mind, right? You have a mind, right? Your brain is the organ, but you have a mind, which are your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, how you behave, right? And then you live inside of a physical body, right? Which is what you do see and how you see everyone else. You see bodies, right? You see a physical body in front of you. You see your parents, you see yourself in the mirror, right? That's your body, right? And to make an investment in those three things, right? The way I explain spirit, your spirit really is getting to know you, getting to know who you are, right? Those four major questions. Who am I? Why am I here? What's my purpose in life? And where am I going? Right? So I would recommend, this is where the reading comes into play, right? I'm not a big fan of reading, but it's so important, right? Especially when you find something that you really like to read, that's when reading becomes fun, right? But when it's something that you don't want to read, like geometry and maybe biology or whatever it is that you don't like reading, okay? I want you to think of it this way, is that when you're discovering you and who you are, that's interesting. And you'll find interest in that, and you'll really want to read about that, right? So what are some spiritual books to maybe find or read up on? This is where we can, dive into maybe some, whatever your family tradition is, culture, right? Or religion, right? Would maybe it be the Bible or different types of other books. I know, there's the Quran, you got the Bible, you've got, books on Buddhism, right? There's a lot of different, religions out there. So I would just kind of look at your family and see what your family is already involved in, and take a peek at that. Read up on that. Another thing is to maybe just jump on Google, right, or any search engine, Amazon even, and just type in spiritual development books, right? And surprisingly, you'll find that money ties a lot into it. So that's why I mentioned it in our personal finance, because that does relate, right? So there will be a lot of books. Like there's the book called The Secret. You've got Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right? I look at these as spiritual books. They're financial books, but in them, they have stories of that individual and how they succeeded. So when you read between the lines, you can really identify, oh, wow, that person had a really good spiritual mindset, right? Their body was in line with their mind and their spirit, which enabled them to make sound investments to create wealth and leave a legacy behind for their family, right? So that's covering spirit. Now your mind is pretty cool. You want to look up personal development books. These are awesome. These are really you're reading someone else's success or life story, right? And it may not be the first book you read, it may not be the second, but definitely by the third, fourth, or fifth book, you'll be able to relate to someone. And as you're reading this personal development book, you'll just be like, wow, like I love what this person is talking about, or I love what she's talking about, on how she overcame this obstacle in her life, this struggle. Maybe she was in abuse, or maybe there was a young boy that was traumatized, or you had a big tragedy in your family, something horrific, and you feel like no one can relate to what you're going through. When you read personal development books, you'll be very surprised that there is someone else that experienced or has experienced exactly what you're going through, and they'll have the steps and the process to overcome it, to beat it, to conquer it, to have victory over that loss, over that tragedy, right? So that's personal development, okay? Now your body, I refer to, is really just communication, right? How do you communicate with others? Are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? Right? Are you shy? Are you not shy? Are you, happy and bubbly, right? Are you social? Okay? You won't know really until you discover it, right? You read it from someone else's point of view, and then you're like, oh yeah, I'm just like that. That's how I act. So yeah, the body really is just how you communicate. It's communication. So you'll want to, look up a book on communication. Now, what's so awesome about these three things is they do not cost anything, right? I'm talking like $10, $15, $20 max to discover who you are, your spirit, personal development, your mind, communication, your body, right? A lot of this stuff is free out there. You can go to the library, you can make an Amazon account, go on Kindle, and you do like a free trial, and you can download I think like 1 or 2 free books on this. You can go on YouTube, right? You can go on YouTube and discover, you just type in these things, right? And there is a ton of content out there on this stuff. And it's just a matter of you really figuring out what's the right thing for me. See, I can show you the how, right? But it's up to you to discover the why, right? I can show you who to go to, where to go to, how to do it, when to do it, what to do, right? But you have to provide the why. right? Because if you don't understand why you're doing something, you'll never really do it or conquer it, or you'll find satisfaction or fulfillment in a particular thing, right? So I hope this video helps you really in doing research on these topics, right? Your spirit, your mind, and your body. These are things that you have inside of you, and these are the best investments that you can make in yourself as you're getting older, as you're going into high school and then graduating college. You get these things in line, oh my goodness, like investing will be like nothing, because you'll be so confident in a particular investment or opportunity, and you'll be multiplying money like it's nothing, because you know who you are, right? You know your spirit, you have your mind in line, which is your personal development, and your body is communicating to those things, and you're sharing with people. You're like, yeah, man, this is what I'm about, right? I love helping people. This is my thing. Personal finance is my thing. I like to make it fun. I like to make it exciting. I like to put energy in my voice, right? I like to be funny, okay? So that's me, because I have these things in line, which enables me to communicate with you at your age, or even adults, right, that never spent time on these three areas, right? And it's amazing the breakthrough that a mom or a dad, a wife, a husband will have, and how they can lead the household, right? So I want you to take that. For my students, take notes, rewatch it if you need to, and we'll revisit this in class, in person. All right? Enjoy.